feet, with the towel. Washing Andrew's feet, Jesus went to the next couch where Peter was sitting. Peter, obviously upset, picked up his feet and said, "Lord, are you going to wash my feet?" Jesus reached out to pull Peter's feet and said, "You don't understand what I'm doing now, but you will understand later." Jesus, noticing Peter's pride disguised as humility, looked into Peter's eyes and said, "If I do not wash them for you, you will have no part with me." Peter, contemplating what he had just heard, responded by saying, "Then, Lord, not only the feet but also the hands and the head." Jesus again looked at Peter's feet and tenderly took his foot to continue the task. Jesus then referred to the custom at that time of bathing before going to a banquet, so that he only had to wash his feet in order to get to the meeting. He who has already bathed does not need to wash more than his feet, Jesus answered, "For now his whole body is clean," and he said, "You are already clean, although not all of you." He referred to Judas because he already knew who was going to betray him. And then he washed his feet from him. Jesus continued his task until he had washed the feet of all the 12 and then left the jug, towel and tray next to the door. Then the Lord returned to his place around the table. Looking at all the disciples, he asked, "Do you understand what I have done to you?" Before anyone could answer, he continued saying, "You call me Master and Lord, and you say well, because I am. For if I, the Lord and Master, have washed your feet, you also must wash one another's feet. I have set an example for you, so that you do the same as I have done with you." As Jesus said those words, each disciple shamefully remembered the moment when he arrived and out of pride did not offer to take the jug and towel and do what his Master and his Lord had just done. This is essentially what happened in John 13. Jesus, the teacher of teachers, the Lord of lords, took on the nature of a servant, of a slave, and washed the feet of his own followers, the feet of creation itself, of the. None of the disciples were like the donkey from the first Shrek movie. Ask me. http://www.sermoncentral.com Sermons The Problem of Dirty Feet Bob Hostetler Sermon on Humility.asp. Ask me. Was it because of the freckle or something deeper? Because of the freckle. 85. One of the questions that arises when I read this story is, why did Jesus humble himself like this? Why was he willing to do something that in this culture was the task of a slave? Was it because of the freckles or something deeper? I think we need to take history very literally. Jesus washed the feet because it was a necessity. The feet were dirty and needed washing. Jesus said, "If I, the Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also should wash one another's feet. I have set an example for you, so that you do the same as I have done with you." John 13, 14-15. He literally wanted his disciples to wash the feet of others. Because it was a necessity. No one liked to go near the peckwaker and wash the feet. But